everybody. Here we are doing the parade wave. Is that what that is?
The Queen wave.
Oh, nice.
Parade
Hello.
wave.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Spear Adventures Guild. We are absolutely 100% thrilled to have this group back at the table in the Whisper Woods with Shiv at the helm. Shiv, thank you very much for bringing this story to the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who's hanging out with us in the chat. Thanks for being here. A couple of quick announcements. We want to just highlight a couple things. Tuesday nights, our Here's a Greyhawk campaign continues. We just had a major moment in the campaign where everybody jumped through a random portal, and I guess we're going to find out what happens on the other side of that portal next week. We also have some fun stuff coming up in March with Ashley. Minnesota Muse is going to be running a campaign, a mini campaign for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, actually. I'm very excited for that group. So stick around, follow us on the socials, and that's about it. I want to say a big thank you to the folks that make the amazing tunes that we listen to during the stream, including Tabletop Audio primarily. Thank you guys for creating these awesome tracks that we are using to set the theme. And Shiv has picked out some really, really good music. So good on you, my friend. I'm going to pass over to you, Shiv, to take it from here. Let's get into it. Let's find out what we're doing here today, and we'll do some intros and get into the game.
Yes. Hello. I am your humble Dungeon Master, Shiv. Welcome back to the Whisper Woods. Welcome back. This is episode 2. And, well, let's get into it. Let's introduce our players. Let's start off with Shelley.
Hey, yo, it's Shelly. You can find me out and about at, I'm Flea Monkey too, and hey, it's Flea Monkey on Instagram and different places. And this morning, I am playing Elle Gladstone, who just saw some crazy stuff with her new friends, and it's not great. A little scared. Kind of.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so now we will go around to Tony. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I'm Tony, and I will be playing Celeste, the human bard, who has decided to come to this lovely little village. Which, in fact, the village itself is pretty nice, but now she is somewhat regretting her choices because she's just seen a man get decapitated. Which, you know, probably going to go on the Yelp review as it's going to knock a couple of stars off, I think. Definitely. Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair.
TripAdvisor review.
Not the worst, not the best, you know?
Yeah, 7 thumbs down. Let's go over to Ian.
Alright, hey, I'm Ian, or your boy Big on all socials, and I'm playing Lightfeather James, the Wood Elf Druid, who is having the absolutely best time. I mean, there's new people in the town, everyone's
New
excited,
New sacrifices.
Fresh meat.
We're vibing, and so
true.
is Lightfeather James. It's good.
New
I don't know what
tribute.
this is a great town. Like,
This is a great town.
Perfect. Love it. Awesome. And last but not least, we'll go over to our dear friend, Dave.
Hail and well met, travelers. Thord Kenai here, your guide to the mysterious mysticism and abstruse arcane, my good dungeon master friends. Let me ask you, are you daft about dragon scales? Getting funny on phoenix tears? Looking to get freaky with a new magical focus? Well, stop by Keen Eyes Keen Supplies, where you'll find the perfect constituents for your ensorcelments. That's Keen Eyes Keen Supplies, 8008-135 Iron Craig Drive, for all your magical miscellany.
Perfect.
My friends, I am playing
add swipe.
Exactly.
Add swipe.
Exactly. He's you know, it's all about branding with this guy. I'm very excited to be playing a dwarven wizard who came to this region to gather to source really some new components for his little shop that he has in Iron Craig Hills. So yeah, glad to be here. He is totally terrified about what's about to happen. I mean, this is a business trip. Can you imagine waking up at the Marriott and the next thing you know, people got their heads off?
I mean, yeah, that's
not good.
It's a crazy business.
Also, Marriott, not a sponsor, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. other
Thankfully.
hotels are available. Go
That's
check
right.
them out.
That's
They're
right.
But you
great.
could be if you're paying.
That's
The
right.
hell.
Wink.
Sparkle.
Yeah, you know we've got that Marriott money.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I
sweet,
mean,
sweet
you can-
Marriott money.
Once you get that Marriott money, Dave can have as many stingers as he likes.
That's
It's gonna be
right.
Great.
Hilton who?
Yeah. Stinger for you. Stinger for you.
That's right. Oh my God. Everybody gets a stinger.
Exactly. Perfect. So, after this nice little introduction, shall we begin? I think we should.
Yeah.
So, let me recap episode 1. So, as the relentless winds howled and the sky above unleashed a torrential downpour, 2 weary and bedraggled strangers stumbled into the quaint and peaceful farming village of Levoca. Their arrival was met with welcome relief by some villagers who were always ready to lend a hand to those that were in need on the road. However, little did they know that the peace and tranquility of their humble abode was about to be shattered by an ancient curse that had long been plagued the region. Deep in the heart of the dark and foreboding forest that loomed over the village, strange and ominous occurrences began to take place. Fear and unease crept into the hearts of the locals as they sensed the presence of an otherworldly force that could not be explained. Soon enough, it was revealed that the enigmatic Witch of the Wilds was behind the curse, and a top henchman or headsman, the Hollow Man, had arrived to collect a bloody tribute from the hapless villagers. Despite Lightfeather James's repeated warnings, the villagers paid no heed to the looming danger. However, a recent event has jolted the village elders into action, forcing them to confront this threat head-on. Now they must determine the best course of action to safeguard their community's well-being. And as we creep into morning, each of you, what we'll do is we'll go around the table. We'll decide, you can decide how your character's feeling. Any thoughts they may have about the previous night. A couple of nights, in fact. So if we start with Elle, we'll start with Elle. What's she thought? What's her thoughts? What's she feeling after what she's experienced over this past couple of days?
Elle has got some growing concerns. This is something that her parents would tell her stories when she was little. And they were just stories. They were stories meant to keep the kids in line. You know, like I'm gonna summon the Witch of the Wilds and the Hollow Man, and if you don't get to bed, and like, so she's kind of starting to wonder, what in the world? Like, this is more than a story. And there's a rising, I want to say, terror that's kind of starting to come up. There's childhood terror that's kicking in. And I think she is starting to wonder if her old pal Jimmy, who always told weird stories and they were discounted by her and her family, does he know something? She's starting to wonder.
We shall see. We shall see. So let's move over to one of the newcomers of the village. Someone who didn't grow up here, but came here not by choice, but by circumstance. So let's see what Celeste has to think about what's happened these previous 2 nights.
So Celeste was like kind of planning to head in this area. But yeah, she was, her whole thing is to try and, you know, go to these new places that she's never been to, just experience some things and find a story to tell in what she's experienced, usually full of embellishments and lies, just bullshit, really. Like that's her thing. So now she's in this situation where she's probably told anybody who is willing to listen to her about all these stories, these horrific situations she's found herself in, but then come up, you know, victorious and managed to like beat off all of these, like, you know, these things she's encountered. But that's not true. She's always been a standby. She's never actually been involved heavily in much stuff. especially nothing to this standard. So now that she's kind of right in the middle of it all, in the midst of this very unexpected and quite frankly horrifying situation, she's a little bit like kind of forgotten the whole purpose of her being there. And even though this is an incredible story that she can tell in a few years' time, that's not really where her head's at the moment. Her head's more at, I'm trying really hard not to be killed horrendously. And everything I've seen is actually probably some of the worst I've ever seen. I've never seen a man be decapitated before. So I think her thing is now she just wants to stay in this group she's found herself in, because Lightfeather James seems to know what he's doing, and he seems to have quite a lot of knowledge of this situation. Elle seems very much like she knows what she's doing, can handle herself. Thord has loads of objects which can help, maybe, and seems to be able to make friends with a really big guy, which that always tends to work out quite nicely in a combat situation. So yeah, I think she's very scared, and yeah, she's just gonna try and stick with this group of people because that seemed to have been working out for her so far. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Lightfeather James, how does he feel? What are his thoughts after the previous nights and the conversation he had with one of the elders of the village Errol before leaving for the evening?
I think in this, I would describe it as situationally inaccurate because he's jovial. Like, for the first time in a very long time, things that he's saying should and kind of are being taken seriously. So he's kind of like in his home, he's putting things together, he's concerned, he's sad for the loss of life, but he's also got this like finally type feeling. Yeah, like that's kind of where his head is at right now.
Perfect. And then finally we'll go to Thord as the last of the group and one of the newcomers also. What's Thord thinking and feeling at this moment in time after the couple of days events?
Thord is definitely reconsidering the trip altogether. Wondering at some level when I think it was Big Bob, the driver of the caravan, is going to show up, or what happened to them, because that was his ride. And so he's a little concerned about that and how he's going to leave. He also is very concerned about how he has somehow been pulled in to whatever darkness lays beneath the facade of this sort of beautiful little rural town. Of course, after the decapitation and that, he knows that there's something really bad. He wasn't privy to the conversations that Lightfeather James had with Errol, but it's obvious that there's something troubling this town. So he's concerned that he's becoming intertwined with that fate. But he has also made some friends, including the big farmhand out during the battle with the wargs. He has taken a professional, curious interest in Celeste the Bard and some of the tales, perhaps, that they've told around the campfire or over a pipe of tobacco. The Lightfeather James, of course, is of great interest as a possible source of information about the magical realm within the Whisper Woods. And Elle, this sort of sweet and stalwart working class, he gets that vibe, a person who's connected to what's going on. So lots of conflicting thoughts about where his role is in this curse or whatever it is, and also sort of a desire to find a way to leave.
Okay. Perfect. Can everybody make me perception checks?
Great. We're getting right into it.
Why not?
Yeah, right. Ooh. Boom. Natural 20.
Nice. Natural
30-20.
30-20?
17.
7. Okay. So to paint a picture for you all, are you all still in with Anna's barn, or has Elle gone back to her family's and Lightfeather James has gone back to his residence? And it's
think
just
gone back.
You've gone back to home. So it's only Anna. So it's only Thord and Celeste in that barn, because that's where you were.
Is that the nicest place to stay?
I mean,
Probably.
it's the only place you're probably going to get for them.
Well, then I guess.
Cute, nice.
Could we at least get like some new blankets, maybe a warm towel
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's more than happy to sort of.
Is there turn down service
you guys
here? What's
Get
the
that little mint left on the pillow,
Yeah.
all that sort of thing.
Robe.
All right.
Robe.
Yeah.
They will be counted and checked before you leave, so you're not going
Of
to steal
course.
any.
Of
That's
course.
fine.
Fine.
That's never
So-
stopped me before.
It's okay, they have your credit card.
Hey, thank you, Vamp Wickman, and Folk and Myth. Thank you guys very much. We've got some cheers coming in.
Awesome.
I'm
Thanks
assuming
for
those are
coming.
for the players, but you can always correct me if that's not the case. We've got some advantages, 2 each, unless they're all for
There you go.
Shiv. Which,
I mean,
you know, I
please.
could see them doing that.
I'm more than happy to take these guys. So basically, those of you who rolled the highest, it's about, let's say 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, as you start to hear a commotion outside. You start to see, you start to hear stuff being moved around and a little bit of commotion as the sun starts to peak above the trees. It's starting to become early morning. What would you like to do?
Sounds like I think people may have found that that unfortunate gentleman who lost his head last night. Should we go out? See what's going on?
Yes, we should definitely investigate and
Should
become even more connected to whatever. This place is crazy. There
So we
is
stay
something
here?
going on. Well, if we stay here, we won't find a way out. We have to move
That's
forward
very
in order
true.
to move on.
Also, imagine if we
Oh, I should
managed
write
to
that down.
stop. Imagine if we stop whatever is going on. Now that, I could write that down. That could be a bloody good one.
That is
Tree
quite
forts,
ambitious, Celeste, but by the sound of the stories that you've shared with me over the last 2 nights, it sounds like it's right up your alley.
Yes. No, definitely. Yeah. Of course.
I mean, you
because
are-
I'm.
Quite the hero, as you've told everyone that will listen.
Oh yes, folk hero. That you could savior, but whatever. I don't really listen to labels or anything like that. Also, I suppose we could, if we go out as well, we'll find Elle and James.
Yes,
They
I
seem
quite like
quite
them.
handy.
Yes, knowledgeable, but also, don't you get the sense that they are keeping a few important pieces of information from us?
There definitely seems to be more knowledge surrounding those two than they're letting on. I feel like there is definitely, I feel like there's more that we don't know.
Perhaps we simply ask them to cue us in on what's going on around here. I'm sure that
How much help can we be if we don't know everything? I feel
exactly.
like and I want to be helpful. I want to be as helpful as possible. This it's quite a tragic situation, and if I can help in any way, that would be it's the least I could do.
To help to make sense of it. The power of song and story is, well, it's amazing. It's a way of dealing with the stresses of modern life and perhaps even curses upon entire
Yes,
towns.
yes,
Well,
right.
Nevertheless, perhaps we don't sit in these humble lodging accommodations and we go out and see what's afoot.
Let's do that. See if we can find the others. See if there's anything we can do. Try and help. Try and comfort some people. Perhaps
Well,
I can't imagine.
the poor
Yes.
widow is what I wonder about.
Oh, that poor woman. She must be absolutely distraught.
Perhaps we
Yes.
send flowers?
Yes, Yes, that's what people do, isn't it? Yes, send
I
flowers.
believe so. Or maybe
Yes.
some sort of a hot meal.
Yes. 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 I think a hot meal, some flowers, and like a card or something, just to say we're thinking of
Ooh,
her.
yes, yes. Do you think you could develop some sort of a sympathetic sort of song, perhaps, to soothe the nerves?
Yes, I think I can pull something out of somewhere. Yes, I can do that. And she whips out her flute and she starts like playing with a few notes. Like, oh yes, no, I think I'm onto something. I think we've got something here. Yes,
All right.
definitely.
Well, let's seek out our friends and make the day better than it was going to be.
Yes, exactly. I love it. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys are going to exit the barn, yeah?
Yeah. I think let's do it.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, the
We're
rest
gonna-
of the session we're in the barn. Should we go? Oh.
We're going to cut to Elle, who's the next person to awake at this commotion outside.
I'm going to go down to my kitchen. My parents are probably cooking breakfast, making eggs. Ma,
Oh, morning.
you do know what happened last night?
No. What happened last night?
Remember those stories you'd tell me when you were little? When I was little?
Which one?
We were all kind of younger. I was the only one I remember. Everybody else, they weren't even born yet, and you were telling me stories about, how the Hollow Man was gonna come get me if I didn't go to bed, brush my teeth.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I mean, it always seemed to work.
Ma, I think I really saw him last night.
You see, your brothers and sisters are all like creating a commotion. She's like turning around, telling them to stop, and she's kind of like, "Can we talk about this later? Can we talk about this? Just to have some breakfast. Father's busy."
Were those real?
What, the stories? No, they weren't. It was something my mother told me, and her mother told her.
I'm not hungry.
Sure.
I'm not hungry today, Ma.
She comes over to you. She puts like her hands on her shoulders. Why is a sheet? You okay? You terrified?
No, I'm not okay. I saw a man get his head cut off. Costo, he's dead.
Come on. I think we would have heard if someone had died in the village.
You're gonna hear it. I'll talk a little quieter now because the kids are all walking around.
And she leans in and she's like, "Look, this place there's always a weird feeling about this place, and people have bad dreams. I'm sure it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. I'm sure it's fine. Just go outside, get some fresh air. Your father's round the back. Maybe talk to him. He might be able to put your mind at ease. But there's always breakfast here if you want it."
Okay, Ma. Sorry to interrupt. Breakfast time.
She like comes, gives you a hug. Like, it'll be okay, don't
Will it?
Yeah, it always does.
You're right. Okay, you're right.
Are you
I'll
heading
talk to
outside?
Dad.
As well?
Yep.
Are you going to go straight and talk to him, or are you just going to head outside straight away?
I'm gonna go out and find the people that I was with last night. That
Okay.
is something that's more important to her right now.
So, as we cut to Lightfeather, since you roll your perception, what is Lightfeather doing at this moment, not having heard this commotion? Side.
He's sitting in his home, like he's having his morning tea or beverage, whatever he's having, and he's thinking about the conversation that he had with Errol. But again, he still has that notion of finally, now people are going to see what I've been talking about, and something's either going to be done or this is it. And so after he finishes his cup, he gets up and he walks out and kind of sees a little bit of the commotion, and he kind of just makes his way into like what would be like the town square, because I assume like people would be congregating there.
Yeah.
But then again, with everyone who's like muttering and hush whispers and walking around, he's like, "Morning, good morning."
So as you were all coming out, you notice that there's a cart with a horse outside one particular house. Elle, you know this to belong to one of the farmers called Richter. And you see him hastily just throwing stuff into this cart, mumbling to himself. And you notice that everyone else is kind of just giving him a wide berth, not really looking at him, not really paying attention to him. You see his wife coming out, putting more stuff in, and they're just packing up this cart.
I will go straight up to him. What are you doing here? What's
Well, I'm getting the fuck out of this place.
I understand your sentiments, but don't you think now's the time to protect our town?
Really? You want to protect this place?
Yeah,
He
of
sort
course
of
I
leans
do.
down to eye level. And he just looks at you and goes, "It's a shithole. It's always been a shithole. It'll always be a shithole. There's stuff
It's
in
our
this
shithole.
place. I know. There's stuff in this place you don't know about, girl. The less you know about it, the better. If I was you, I'd get out of this town too." And he shouts back into his wife. She's like, I'm coming. He's like carrying all the best, like a chest full of stuff, and just dumps it in the thing. But
I
as
was
you
gonna
look, go on.
let him-
Sorry, go on.
She'll let him get to his business because she knows how important time is to farmers.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to take up too much of his time with idle chit chat.
Is
She's
Go on.
is it possible that Thord kind of walks up at this point? Is like to Elle, what's he going on about then?
He's leaving. He's getting out of here. I don't.
Because
Oh.
of the murder?
I don't know if he knows about the murder yet. I mean, my mom doesn't know about it either. I think maybe just word hasn't gotten out yet, but maybe it has. I mean, he wants to get out of here, which is really kind of a bummer because I feel like we should take care of what's going on. I know you don't live here. You don't have any
Oh.
You don't have any care about this town like I do, but it's my town. It really
Hey.
frustrates me that people want to leave.
He looks at you with sort of knowing eyes. It is a place that you grew up in. This is your home. The sense of abandonment that comes from watching community members leave is difficult. But they are scared. And after last night, I can't blame them. That creature, what it did to that man. I feel like there's more to this story than has been shared. I would like to know more, Elle. If you know what's going on, it would help for Celeste and myself to understand. Maybe we can help.
If you're offering to help, that is worth more than... Well, that's worth more than all the meat that I have back here in this barn. It's
Steak?
very valuable to me. There's a lot of good steak, yeah. What? All right. I don't actually know a lot more about what's going on. I feel like these are stories I heard and now they're coming true. At least they're a little more familiar. We gotta
Like-
find Jimmy.
I'm right here.
Oh,
Oh. Yes,
you
God.
seem
Scare
rather
me.
chipper today, Light Feather James.
It's a nice day. Just-
It's definitely stopped raining.
Well, I mean that's a plus, but what is going on? I feel like these feel like maybe you know something now. I didn't know. I mean, I'm just 15. What's going on?
James, if
Sorry,
there
as you
is...
say this, the guy on the wagon, he just like, yeah, and he just speeds off.
Look at this. We have
People are leaving
Richter's running
town.
off. Nobody wants to stay.
That's for the best, probably. He sucks anyway.
That's not for the best. This is our town.
Light Feather James, if there's something that you know of what's going on here, I know I'm not from this place, but what we saw last night is troubling. And if there's something that we can do to help Elle and the other residents here, and we should know more.
See, this is what's wrong with all of you. I told you all yesterday. I told you the story. And this is the repercussions of that story. And if you're not paying attention, that's on you.
So you firmly believe it to be true?
It's happening right in front of us. The signs are all there.
Why
Started with
then,
the
my
animals.
friend? Why are the others in this town seemingly oblivious to the fact?
Because it's easier to not be afraid of something when you believe it isn't true. That's why.
Surely there's something we can do, even if it's not necessarily, fixing the problem. So you say, there's got to be something. I mean,
There is.
trying to help poor Mrs. Kostya. So what can we do? I feel like, we're in this now. We're in it together. We're a bit of a team, aren't we? Some could say a party. Is there something we can do to help?
Well, there's no help in Miss Castor. Mr. Castor's already dead, so that's going to be about that.
Mrs. Kostya's dead.
No, it's my accent. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Castor is dead.
Oh, yes. Well, but
sorry, I don't like to. Yeah, that hurts my voice every time I do that. I'm not going to do that again.
Please look after your voice. It's a wonderful instrument. We must take care of it.
Yeah, we do have options. One option is to go find the Hollow Man, and evidently the witch so early. Or we can all sit here and die with everyone else. Okay.
Not
Starts
the
to
third
shuffle
option.
Well,
Come on.
we gotta go.
He's heading towards the Castor's house. Come on.
Very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could,
Best spot to start.
could Light Feather James give me an insight check with advantage, please?
$15.
As you're walking your troop village, you notice that people are kind of looking up at you and then looking away and then murmuring to each other, and they're looking up at you, then looking at the party and then looking away again. Like something is going on here. And you notice that even though you were promised a village meeting, nothing you've seen, no notice board, there's no murmurings in the street, nothing is being said about this meeting that Errol promised you. Everyone is kind of just heads down. They see Light Feather James walk past. They don't make eye contact. They shy away. And at this moment, as you're noticing this, you see the two woodsmen that are usually accompany Ben Corbin just wheeling a cart down as he follows on behind.
And is this the funeral cart?
Well, it's just a cart. You don't know what's in it yet at the moment. Just they're
Just a
wheeling it
cart.
down from Foster's house direction.
I stop the two of them and I go, is that Mr. Castor?
They look at each other, sort of slightly nervous. We've dealt with it. Don't worry.
You know what? He shuffles over and he looks into the cart.
You're gonna pull that. There's like a cover there. You're gonna pull it back.
Yeah. Yes.
Timber. Just timber.
Okay. I'm sorry for stopping you on your load, fellas. But then
Fine.
Lightfeather's gonna turn, and like I assume that people are still kind of gathered around a little bit.
They're sort of milling about and moving about their day, but sort of like looking over like, oh, it's those guys, and they kind of caused a bit of commotion and scared a few people. And they're trying to kind of give you a wide berth that like, as if they don't quite believe what you said and what's been happening. They're kind of like troublemakers again and all that sort of. The general body language is trying to avoid.
Lightfeather's gonna turn around and just with the loudest voice he can muster, he's gonna go, all right. Let's just do this now. We all know what happened. And those of us who have been around in the town long enough know why it happened. I've been saying the same thing for years, and you always look at me. You always look at me funny, but when you need something, you're knocking on my door. And he starts pointing out people. You had that thing on your back, and you came and you asked me for some spices and some herbs. You, how's your wife doing? And he just starts pointing at people.
Everyone's looking a bit affronted, like, oh, you mentioned my wife?
Yeah. We all know. You'll take my wares, you'll have my business, but you won't listen to my words. You can run, or you can stay here and protect what's yours. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you go see Errol, and you tell him that I sent you, and you're here for answers. And then he turns back around, continues to go to the caster's house.
Is everybody following?
Thord is going to look to see what the response of the townsfolk are after this sort of speech.
A lot of it is embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be called out about their afflictions and whatever else. That's more what they're concerned about. They're kind of just like, oh, it's what Lightfeather James does.
Okay.
And then kind of just go about their business. Because as much as there's truth to his words, these people are very sort of stubborn in their like, until we see it, we don't want to know.
Okay. So it appears from that, Thord gets the sense that they're sort of on their own. In a sense. Okay.
You're
They'll
heading
follow.
up to Costa's farmstead, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say
As
that
we're-
Ben was with it?
You realise he's still up there. He was far. He's
Okay,
he's
he's
stayed
up
up.
at the house. Okay.
As we're
I'll
walking
follow.
towards the caster house,
Mhm.
Lightfeather doesn't look, but he's like clearly directing it to Celeste and Thor, and he's like, you see? That's what I mean. It's easier to ignore.
Well, I suppose if the people who live here aren't willing to do anything, I suppose, it gives me all the more reason to try and help.
Happy to have you.
I agree with that, but my question, Lightfeather James, is there something that we can actually do to put an end to whatever this is? Is it this witch? Must we make a deal? Must we pay them off? Must right some wrong? Kill them?
There's definitely a wrong to right. I'm going to be honest with you, Thor. I don't really know what we need to do, but I know sitting here and pretending like it didn't happen is not the answer.
Well, we need to go in and find the Hollow Man. Take care of him. Put an end to this, right? Isn't that what we do to save our town?
That's what got
Get
us
rid of the
into
trouble?
this is what got us into this situation to begin with. We thought we were getting rid of the trouble. And now look, we created a bigger one.
I don't want to make a bigger one than this. It's pretty big.
And did you see the hollow men as they walked into the wood? As if they'd just disappeared.
It's going to be hard to track.
Well, it's good that we have you, El.
I mean, I track animals.
But perhaps there's some sign of some kind that could give us a clue?
Well, you're giving me a little confidence. Yeah, maybe I can. I'll do whatever I have to do for sure. But he just disappeared. Once he hit the force, he just disappeared. I don't know how to do this.
Didn't you say that, like, you've had issues with animals disappearing and running off into the woods and coming back different and changed in some way?
Well, they are very aggressive right now, and they do break out and run into the woods.
Maybe we could use sort of... I wonder if they're heading towards where the Hollowmans come from. I feel like it's all very connected, and I wonder if we can use your animal tracking skills to perhaps track the animals who have been affected and are going loose. Maybe slightly easier than trying to follow a sort of entity, as it were.
It's a very good idea, but that isn't a regular occurrence where the animals break out and go straight there. We can go look. There's some old tracks. I followed a cow a while ago. We can check. It's not a terrible idea. But the problem is we might find him before we're ready.
That's true. That's very true.
Do you hear that sound? What is that? He stops dead in his tracks. As if a voice on the wind? No. Celeste? No. Can I make out any words that are being spoken in this melody?
Nope. As quick as you hear it, it's gone.
It's probably nothing.
What did you just hear? I didn't hear anything.
It was probably nothing. My mind is racing with thoughts of what lies ahead. Never mind me. I'm just an old dwarf.
I think in these situations, it's important to mention anything that is unusual.
With my personal history in the town, does that, the fact that Thor mentioned that he can hear a voice within the wind, does that spark anything?
No, not this time.
But we're in town.
So, as you're heading up to Costa's farmstead, just a little ways up the track, you start to see a plume of smoke coming from the farmstead.
Okay, well, let's go give our condolences and see what we can do from there.
You have those flowers. Have you spotted any flowers on our way up? Celeste points to forward.
He looks over. Yep, right here. And he reaches down and plucks some flowers from the neighbor's front yard.
Garden.
Yeah, their front garden, just right from the verge, just picks it up.
Lovely, lovely. Perfect. Yes, we're ready.
Druid craft him into something nice.
Ooh.
Oh, wonderful.
You guys did a good job. That's pretty.
Very nice arrangement.
See, teamwork.
So, as you round the bend, you come to what was Costa's farmstead. What's left is ash and ruin and nothing else. You see
They
what's
burned
left.
down this.
You see Ben Corbin sat on a stump with a pipe in his mouth. Just like,
What's the meaning of this?
burned?
Well, after you guys left last night, and I left last night, I came here this morning to check everything and check Miss Costure's okay, and I found this. You can see that the place has just been burnt out.
Where's Miss Costa?
He walks over and just kicks some like logs out of the way. In here somewhere.
So do you think she did this?
I don't know. Hard to say,
like-
really.
In and out of character reaction, like
I mean,
We should have
could
never
have.
left her last
This
night.
poor family.
well,
Odd.
so I don't know. I don't understand why. I mean, she was fine when I left. Well, as fine as you can be when your husband's been killed. As fine as when I left her. She was kind of mourning, but she seemed okay. There was no reason to suspect she might do anything. So and he looks around in the woods, looks back down to the village. Might have to go and speak to Errol at some point. Because he was, well, my guys, and he sort of leans in close to you guys. A couple of my guys saw him and a couple of the other elders just making the rounds early this morning. Before anyone else was awake, knocking on doors, just talking to people. So, I don't know if he had a hand in this. I don't want to think he did. But it's pretty damn low to do this, to cover something like this.
Well, and if he murdered Mrs. Castor, this is very serious.
Indeed.
This is very serious.
A serious accusation. The leader of the town, one of your council members, killing villagers? What, to keep them silent? Lightfeather James, what the hell is going on around here?
And you can see that there's like growing frustration on Lightfeather James's face, and he goes, I don't know, but I intend to damn find out. And like he's angry. He's visibly angry, and not just like your crazy old man angry. Actually, he's angry, if I may. He's angry to the point he's going to wild shape.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I just want to make sure I get the right opportunity here. Yeah, I'm gonna burn one of my wild shapes for this.
You guys hear that? You hear that, right?
Is it music?
Yeah. Something is singing.
I heard it earlier. That's what I heard.
It's real pretty.
Can't say I hear anything myself.
It's okay. There. And Thord will just kind of like put his, tap her shoulder.
Thanks. Yeah, that helped.
So what's Lightfeather gonna wild shape into?
Well, while you guys are distracted with your conversation, Lightfeather wild shapes into like a mastiff dog, and
Oh, wow.
he runs into town directly to where the elders would be meeting.
Okay.
Zoinks!
Well,
Well, there he goes.
ruh-roh.
I just
What did you-
realized.
now we're really doing the Scooby-Doo thing.
Keys.
Roll race.
Because I wanted to wild shape into a black bear, but I didn't want to freak everyone out in town.
Yeah.
Thord's there with his neckerchief.
Do we
Yeah,
notice
no.
this wild shape, or is it just like, where'd that dog come from?
I would
It's-
probably,
it's-
yeah, you'd say it's pretty obvious that he's just gonna do his thing.
Oh,
and then-
It's all right. He
Thanks,
does
Oz.
that sometimes.
It's a long walk with one leg. I gotta do something.
So are you guys gonna follow? You're gonna race after Lightfeather?
I'll shoot an unknowing look as it is back at Ben. Just eye contact and follow him. Follow the dog.
Before you leave, he grabs your arm and he's just like, just be careful. Don't get wrapped up in anything. Don't make accusations you can't back up.
I can't back up any accusations. I would never do that. Ben, what is happening?
I don't know, but we'll find out soon. And he looks to where Lightfeather's gone. Just make sure, keep him under control. He lets you go.
Easier said than done. All right, Ben.
So as you race down, so as you're racing straight to Errol's place, are you?
Yes.
Errol's farm? Yeah.
So
The door is firmly shut.
it's shut. Okay. I'll take the time to get out of my wild shape. I'll expend that use and just start banging on the door with my wooden leg. Errol! Errol, damn it!
The door opens and you see like a small little old lady open the door. It's Errol's wife. Yes, yes.
Hi. Is your husband available to speak to?
No, I haven't seen him all morning.
Did he mention where he was going when he left?
No, I don't think he did. He just said he had some business to attend to and left. It was before anybody was about. I thought it was very odd for him. He did say that he spoke to you last night and he was pretty spooked. Anything you'd like to share?
Oh, in due time, potentially. You know how it is between, Arrow and me. He's always poking at me, and I'm always poking at him. How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, the rain doesn't help the joints, but I'm okay.
I have something here for this.
Oh,
There
thank
you go. You just chew on that for a little bit. It'll help relax you. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to tell him you turned up when he comes back? If he returns, when he comes back?
No, because I didn't need anything. No, I'll see him later. It's no big deal.
Okay. She grabs your arm, like your hand, and is like, he really thinks highly of you, you know. He doesn't show it, but he does.
Oh. Color me surprised.
Oh, tomorrow. There's supposed to be a town meeting tomorrow. He kept grumbling about it.
Oh, really? You know what? Thank you for telling me that. That's actually why I'm here. I didn't want to clutter our conversation with business. It's about the town meeting. I thank you.
I probably shouldn't have said anything. He said not to tell anybody because he wasn't sure. But I just, he gave me this and...
It's just me and you here. I won't tell if you won't.
Okay, well, she points up to sort of the Rosalind's Croft in the middle of the town. It's like a fairly big sort of farmstead. It's going to be held up there, apparently. You, the town, are going to be there, and they're going to discuss some business, and I don't know what's on the agenda, but he said it was really important after your conversation, so I don't know. But if you don't want me to say anything, I won't say anything when I see him.
Thank you so
Keep it
much.
between you and me, Lightfeather.
You enjoy that. That's for
Thank
you.
you very much. Have a good day.
You too. And then
That's the
turn around.
What are the rest of you doing at this point as he...
We get there just as the door closes. How did that go?
Fine. He wasn't here. That was his wife. Apparently, there's going to be a town meeting tomorrow over there at Rosalind Square. I say we wait till then to see what our humble leaders come up with. I'm hungry. Are you guys hungry? I'm hungry.
Whoa, wait till tomorrow? No.
What? Yes. We're going to wait till tomorrow for the town meeting to see what Arrow does.
two of us in this party have heard this weird sound that I've only ever heard out in the woods before.
This is Errol's one chance, and I'm not going to take that from him. We will see what he does. I think maybe one of those steaks you were talking about would be really nice.
Well, it's not processed yet. It's
We
in the
got
freezer.
time. Thor, can you help me? My back. Oh, I haven't run that far in
Oh,
years.
sure. He just kind of like starts sort of massaging your lower back. This is
that's
not
not what I meant.
really
Just-
my specialty, but
Can you help me get to the barn? Is what I meant. Stop touching
yes,
me.
Sorry.
I just put my arm out
I
for you
misread
to
that.
for Jimmy to
Thank you.
lean on,
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
I shoot a weird look at Thor.
He just kind of like slaps his hands together and does a firebolt to heat him up. Are you sure? I could give you a
Yeah,
nice
it's fine.
warm massage.
Is that,
Doing the Reiki.
is that what you guys do in the city? I do. City
Oh,
folk
yes.
are weird, hell.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Sorry, I think I heard something.
The song.
I think, like yourself, Thor Danelle, you said you heard some.
You heard it
singing
now
or
too?
music or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard it.
This is no coincidence.
We
It's
can't
also
wait.
just someone just walked past me. It feels like someone's just walked straight. There's no one else here, is there? I feel like
Do we see
everyone's gone back
anybody?
inside.
Make
No,
perception
it
checks.
felt like someone just.
16.
22.
22,
9.
9,
21.
Ew.
all good rolls. But as you turn around, nothing and nobody was near you at that time.
This is too much to be mere coincidence. Elle, you mentioned something of hearing this, something similar to this during your adventures in the wood.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it an adventure per se. I was out looking for the cow the other night, and I heard this singing, but it was deep into the woods. The last thing I saw was the Hollow Man.
You heard the music in conjunction with the Hollow Man's arrival?
Conjunction. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Conjunction.
It's
They were
a
together.
big word.
Yeah. And then nothing. I woke up in the barn. But that was in the woods. It was not in town.
Well,
Oh,
it
no.
appears
And I
as though
did see the Hollow Man. He's not here, but could he be?
there's
is
no way to be
ridiculous.
sure.
This is absolutely ridiculous. These were stories.
This is
Just-
real.
Stories.
These songs.
Stories have to come from somewhere.
Were either of you able to make out any of the
Imagination.
words associated with the songs? I couldn't. It was just a melody to my ears.
There was some. It was
No.
almost like singing, but it was before I could even sort of pick out any words. It was just gone.
I didn't hear words either. It's just very pretty, very kind of soothing and melodic.
Lightfeather James, if we do, as you suggest, wait, I think we should be quite vigilant. If these songs that we are beginning to hear more frequently are associated with this Hollow Man's arrival, presence, or activity, and Celeste, not to discredit the fact that you felt a presence just moments ago, I do believe that there is something dark swirling in upon us. We should be very careful in these next hours.
What are you guys talking about? You're hearing stuff? Like, I don't.
Yes, all of us have heard it.
In town. Right here. Right? She heard it right here.
I
I
don't.
heard it up at Caster's house, and Lord, you
Hmm.
heard it in the middle of town.
I heard it in the middle of
There's
town,
some-
and I heard it during my travel here only days earlier. On the
What does it
road.
sound like?
A
Whatever's
haunting
out
melody.
there is coming in here. We can't wait till tomorrow.
Hmm.
We kind of maybe need to be a little bit more proactive.
Okay. So I understand. You young folk, you want to go rush and do things, and sometimes the best answers are left with time. It's just till tomorrow.
I feel like I tend to agree with you here, James. I feel like we need more information, and I think we need to know a little bit more about what the rest of the town are willing to do before we necessarily rush into anything. This seems like it's a lot bigger than any of us, and especially myself. And I don't want to speak for Thord, but I feel like as people who may not necessarily know as much of the history of this place as yourself, James, and Elle to a certain extent as well, I feel like I want to know a bit more about what the people here are like, and I feel like a town meeting is going to be more than helpful in that regard. Also, it might be a good opportunity to just sort of take a step back, think about how we're going to proceed, and I don't know. I don't really want to be rushing into those woods anytime soon, because I'll be honest with you, they're scaring the shit out of me. I feel like I need to be a bit more prepared before we were sort of guns a blazing, as it were.
If we wait until tomorrow, we might not have a town meeting. They might have all left already.
I'll tell you something. They won't all leave before then. It's fine. Well, it's not fine, but in this current moment, it's fine.
It's as fine as it can be.
As fine as it can be.
Okay.
And
I agree.
After the town meeting, if you all still feel the same way, we'll go. But at least we'll be a day wiser.
I think we should all make a promise to stick together and find out what transpires at the meeting. Elle, I understand your sense of urgency, but if we go in without the information, as Celeste suggested, then we may be putting ourselves at great danger, and the help that we could provide this town may be compromised. More information will help us. I do believe that. And I could use a stake and maybe a better place to sleep if there's a possibility of that.
My parents, we have a big house. You and Celeste both welcome to stay, if that's what you want.
It's
I
safer
do
in
think-
numbers.
Yes.
You two, Jimmy, in this weird situation, I don't. If you want to come stay at my family's house, that's an option that's open to you.
I sleep
all
in
stay
dirt,
together.
so I'm fine.
Give you some dirt.
Dirty
It's a
little slumber
sleepover.
party. Yeah, slumber party.
I can just see, all I
Pillow
can
fight.
picture now is James going back to his, getting a big old suitcase, just filling it full of just dirt, and then
He has
I'm here.
it's modest, right? It's not anything crazy. It's like it's a studio apartment that's partially a store, and he sleeps in a mound of dirt in the back. Oh, I did the thing again.
You did the thing.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Thumbs up, baby.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's good stuff. That's what we think about your suitcase plan.
Yep, that is a good plan.
Stop.
Okay, perfect. So are you all just gonna sort of go about your day, just trying to fit in, I guess, and keep a low profile
Yeah.
till the evening? Yeah.
Keep an eye on things, keep ears open, eyes open, and maybe talking to a few people around town casually. Couple of pointed questions maybe here and there, but yeah, mostly just kind of sticking together, I would think, so that something weird doesn't happen to one of us.
So what kind of questions would you want to ask then to the townsfolk as you kind of wander about and go about your day?
How well they know the widow, well, now the late widow.
So we think.
Yeah, I guess we're not totally sure. If there's any concern that they might have left or be staying with someone else, just kind of like, where's the widow?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just saying like, "What do you mean? We haven't seen Kostya and his wife for a couple of days." They seem
don't
very sort
What?
of like they came to the village, they got all their supplies and stuff, head up back to their farm. That's the last time we saw them. Like as if you go into town, get some stuff, get some
Yeah.
groceries and stuff, and then you just go. They're like,
So
yeah,
they don't give us the sense that they've heard of anything that's happened out at the farmstead.
nope. They just kind of get the why. What do you think's what's happened?
There was
Business
a-
as usual.
There was a
Surely
accident in a fire.
Surely you noticed
Really?
like all
What?
the smoke. It's not a big place that we're in.
Well, I mean, Kostya sometimes has bonfires up there. We just thought it was that.
Kostya is dead.
Everyone's like, like, what?
And the missus is missing.
And the farmstead is burned to the ground.
Things have happened up there on that hill.
How do
You
you
don't
not know this?
There's like people going, oh my god, like
Is it-
clutching. Their
Is there not a
pearls and
town
things.
crier?
I mean, we're just a sleepy village. I mean,
Oh, business
Oh,
opportunity.
there's one woman who just faints. She's like, oh,
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He'll kind
Maybe
of
she needs a
Celeste.
massage, Thord.
In sort of this kind of line of questioning, Celeste is going to she's going to use message
okay.
to like because she wants to she's got like something she's noticed but she doesn't want to like say it out loud in front of everybody.
Trying to keep
So
it
she's gonna use
subtle. Yeah.
message. Yeah. So that basically means that she can talk. I can point a finger to a creature within range, which is 120 feet. And the target hears a message and then also can reply telepathically. And it's a cantrip, so I can cast it 3 times.
Nice.
So I'll sort of subtly find ways of pointing at each of the party.
Very expressive.
Well, she's quite gesticular,
Yeah,
but that's mainly
yeah.
because I'm quite gesticular.
That's perfect.
but-
Yeah, that works.
So like
Yep.
she'll like kind of but what she's going to say to everybody is if these people don't realize that Kostya and his wife, well, Kostya's dead and his wife's presumably dead, then they definitely don't know that how Kostya was killed. That seems like that's being covered up. And
Is this what you
everybody
guys
kind
been hearing in your head?
of-
Hello?
Voices.
No, darling, that's just me. Don't worry.
Who are you?
And Celeste waves.
Hi, Celeste. I can hear it now.
Okay.
So yeah.
You two, anyway.
So, what else would you like to do? Are you just going to settle for the evening?
I mean, we can all have a dinner at my parents' house with my parents
Mm-hmm.
if
Sure.
they're amenable.
Yeah, they're like, oh, welcome in, come on in. We've got a
Mhm.
place for everybody. They start putting out cutlery
Before
and plates
the-
and things. Go on. Sorry.
Before that, is there an area or a person historian that maybe we can speak to, or
Yeah, if you go to there's a little small sort of chapel there, and there's a man there called Conrad. He kind of keeps the records of the town and things like that.
I mean, I want to talk to Conrad.
Does anyone else want to go a light further, or are you gonna enjoy Elle's family hospitality for the moment?
We should all stick together, I think.
You can listen,
Yeah.
listen, I still
No.
have to go. I have to go home, get a couple things. You guys don't have the right kind of dirt, so I'm gonna bring some.
It's not right
But,
pH level.
Enjoy. Just save a steak for me. I'll be back super quick.
All right, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Yes.
I will-
Okay.
How do you like your steak? She can cook it any way you want it,
Red. Okay.
buddy. Got it. Mom,
Fresh.
make that one. What?
Whatever you want. So we're going to cut to light further then as you head to the chapel. And this chapel is basically like a small sort of place for prayer for like the sort of gods that are of nature and the area and such. As you walk in, you see this man, this sort of elderly gentleman, flipping through big books, big tomes and stuff. He looks up. Ah, Lightfeather, what brings you here? You don't usually come around here.
Hey, Conrad, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Good, good. I have some questions. They're gonna be a little uncomfortable, but I need your discretion and I need your honesty.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you know about the Hollow Man?
Oh, well, the old fairy tale story? Yeah, the one that just, yes, the daughter. I think I used to tell my daughter that story to get her to go to bed. You know, he comes, he cuts the sickle, chop, 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 and all that thing.
In the fairy tale, I can't remember. Old. Isn't there a way to stop him? There was something that.
But I mean, there was a couple of 100 years ago. There was a rumor that there was something that was killed in the woods and they burnt it with fire. I mean, these fairy tales all have some part of history to them, so I just assumed it came from that. One person told another story, and it turned into this big scary stick man that cuts people up, and that's it. Could have been a wild boar for all I know.
So, I mean, and again, because there's new people in town, and I want to kind of do up this story.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So, fire, you got to burn the Hollow Man?
Well, I mean, you burn evil spirits, from what I've heard. They possess things. You burn the body, and they don't come back.
Yeah, but you would have to find something that connects to them, right? You just can't be burning things.
I mean, you kind of you got to cut the body up. You burn the body. That's it. Spirit released, and usually it takes, from what I've read in tomes and things, a good century or before it can repossess anything else. So, why?
Well, you've been. I don't know. You just crazy light feather. I mean, you've been here since I've been here.
Well, I mean, probably longer than me, but sure.
Well, okay. You've seen what's been happening, right? It's a little odd. As a historian, you don't feel like
the animals are acting a bit crazy, but I just assumed it was the rain and the woods things. People tell stories about this place, and not as bad as you think.
Do you have anywhere documented that one time when we had that one visitor who came, and then we sent them away?
Yeah. Well, give me a minute. He goes and searches through and pulls out this book, and he puts it down and he dusts it off. Yeah, there she is.
Can I borrow that?
Sure thing. I mean, you do know it was whose farm was it she stayed in before they threw her out? Who was it? Richter. Yeah. That used to be her place, and then they kicked her out. And he came in, and that was his farmstead for a bit.
Oh. Yeah, it's been so long. I forgot. Okay.
I mean, good luck.
Thank you.
As you go to leave, you notice off in the trail a small lantern coming down the trail, bimbling down the trail. You see a little old woman coming down from the woods on the trail, past Costa's farm and down.
Do I know the woman?
Give me history check.
I'm gonna use my advantage because I really want to know this.
Cool.
That wasn't any better. 12.
Well, you know of her. She kind of just this sort of recluse that lives out past Costa's farm, and she sometimes comes into town, does their thing, goes back into town. People kind of, not many people know her by name, but they kind of just go, oh, there she is again. Cause no harm, just comes in, buys her stuff, goes again. She
She's
kind of
coming
ambles.
in.
Yeah, she's coming in. She's bimbling into the town. At this sort of like dusky, it's starting to get dusk.
Evening.
Evening.
What you need help? You looking for something?
Well, I'm kind of helping you guys, I think, because did you see something last night?
It depends. I see a lot of things.
Whole thing about this big. Now it's a big sickle.
Have you eaten?
I'm pretty good. This guy sits down like his little sort of tree stump outside of the chapel, and she sits down. Oh, I gotta rest my knees.
I go over and I sit with her too, and I go, "Whew, ain't that the truth?" Yeah. I saw the big, tall, bumbling figure, sickle, head in their hand.
Oh, wow. Good Lord. Really?
Mm.
Well, I was a bit concerned because he passed by my cottage and thought I'd warn, but then he just vanished into the woods, and I'd never seen anything like that for quite some time, so I thought I'd come down and warn you guys.
Yeah, no, some people know. They just choose to ignore it. It passed your cottage, didn't say anything
where's
to
that
you.
Well, I'm not going to go out and try and talk to it. I just looked through the window. It's
Right. No, you're right. Smart. That's smart. You know what that is, right?
well, I've heard stories. The Hollow
You know
Man.
what that. Yeah. So you've seen him, and you're.
Seen him more than once. Sort of looks off into the woods.
Do you know what's going on out there?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Price has got to be paid, so I hear.
So you think that it's from what happened too?
What, the poor lady that got driven out of the town?
Yeah.
Maybe. Who's to say?
I think that's right to say. I think that's the exact reason why this is happening.
And there could be other factors involved. You don't know.
No, I don't, but that's what I believe. You don't do something like that and it just go away. It'll take its time. Won't happen today or tomorrow, but it'll happen.
I'm sure I heard somewhere that it's usually 3 or 4, and then it stops.
It's already been 3.
Who were they? Thank
had,
you, Raiders.
Hey, Raiders.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jay,
come
Lord
on in.
Gazimba, thanks for being here, everybody. Welcome in.
Well, you had Mr. Castor and then 2 other townsfolk.
Did they die?
One was obviously their head, Mr. Castor, and the other one, I think it was something with his chest. Was it like there was like it was a big out of character?
God, I can't remember who died so far.
Yeah.
One of them was by wolves.
Wolves.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Beheading wolves. It's kind of following the fairy tale story.
You know, wolves aren't connected, don't you?
What do you mean?
That's not how it works.
How does it work?
She points to the woods. He goes, he's got to kill him.
What? Say it again.
He's got to take his prize. No one else can do it. Only him. Cool guy.
So there's only been one?
You tell me.
What about the animals? They've been extremely aggressive, and then the town was attacked by these huge wargs. And
Yeah, that sounds like coincidence to me. But I know one thing. He's got to do it. Those don't count.
oh, distraction maybe.
Coincidence, more like. There's always two forces working together in this place. Or against each other. Could be one trying to outdo the other.
What's the other force? I mean, we can think of one, but what's the other? Oh.
She pats your leg and goes, the old man's always watching.
You know, I have something for those knees. I don't have much. I gave some of it earlier, but here, chew on that a little bit. Soothes the body.
I mean, I don't believe we've been introduced.
Oh, well, we've seen you in town. I'm sorry. And he stands up, kind of hobbles, and he goes, I'm Light Further James. And he pulls out a card. It says Light Further James. This one says ... I do stuff.
Looks at it. She looks up. Well, my name's Irma. Irma of the Willows is what they call me.
Pleasure to meet you, Irma of the Willows. Full title.
Well, thank you. I used to live by a river. It's fine. And she goes to stand up, and she's like, well, I better get going. I've warned one of you, so you better tell the rest of the town, because who knows? He might be back.
Thank you for that, Irma. We should have tea sometime.
Sure. I mean, I come down here every now and again. Maybe we'll catch up soon. And she starts to bimble back up.
I'll come to you. Okay.
Sure.
She's fast.
It's like,
Okay.
turns around and she's like, holds up the lamp. Just like, oh, yeah. Who do you think he's working for?
The Hollow Man?
He answers to somebody.
I think it's the old witch. The old man and the witch. That's the way the stories go, right?
Well, you didn't hear it from me. He hasn't worked for her for many a year. And then she just disappears into the woods. And that's where we'll go for a break.
Okay, bomb drop right there.
No kidding.
Doom scrolling. I'm like,
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, everybody. I just want to say a big shout out to Lord Gazumba. Thank you, Raiders, for jumping in here. We really appreciate seeing all of you. Hope you had a great game with the nuclear meat adventure. Hey, if you guys like what you see here, please consider following the channel. And if you're following, please consider a subscription. We appreciate your support, and we will be back in just a few short minutes. Well, there we are. We're back. How's everyone doing? Everyone good? So good. So good.
Anything we want to shout out before we get back into it, or you? Let's get to it.
Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, Light Feather, as you see this little lady disappear into the woods. It's starting to get evening now. You all have a nice meal at Ellie's parents' place. Nice. You have your red steaks. You have your whatever whatever they're making for you. It's steamed vegetables, potatoes, everything. Nice sort of pecan pie she's made and everything. It's all, yeah, she knows her mum knows how to cook for a lot of people, so she's put on a lovely spread. So you all settle down for a bit of a restful sleep. Obviously, with thoughts of what the hell's going on in this village in your head, Light Feather probably a little bit more confused or concerned. Do you want to share the book that you've received from Comrade with everybody? Do you want to fill him in?
Yeah, so I go, sorry I left before, I'm late. Went to go see Conrad. No, you know Conrad, right? Historian, old man in the chapel.
I do. Yeah, a little bit.
I got this book, and in the book it talks about an old townsperson, the person that I was telling you about, you guys. There's kids about, so I'm like trying to be like, you remember what I was talking about? Found some information. The guy who left town, this person used to live in their home originally.
In the Richter home?
Yeah.
Do you think that's why he was leaving so quick? Something happened in there last night too?
Possible.
What? I mean, some people know some stuff. He's supposed he knows some stuff.
Well, we wouldn't know he left now, but
Well, I mean, he's been here a while. Maybe, I mean,
That makes more sense, because in my head, I just assumed he'd found out about, the Costures and decided that was enough and he was going. But the fact that nobody knew about it and still don't really know about it suggests that maybe something we don't know about happened. I don't like not knowing things.
speaking about not knowing things in the Costers, there's a older woman who lives kind of up the hill past where the Costers live. Very nice. Very nice. We're gonna have tea. I saw her as I was walking back, and we had a little talk. Super nice. Some interesting information. Looks around, makes sure the kids aren't in with the earshot. So, apparently, our friend who we saw the other evening, that's only the beginning. I thought with the other previous two passings that Mr. Costa would be the third, but apparently it doesn't count unless our friend personally does it. So there's two more opportunities that may happen.
Well, that gives us time then. It means that we can maybe intervene. I should also say that I do still have some concern for the missing Kostya woman. I mean, we have been led to believe that perhaps they perished in the fire, but I have my doubts given all of the veiled secrecy on this town to take anything at face value anymore.
Well, wait. There's more. So you know how the animals are also super aggressive, and we had the wargs that you guys just did amazing. Just kick their asses. It's not connected to our friend. For some reason, it's believed there's opposing forces in the woods that are accosting the town. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm a little nervous now. Sorry.
They're opposing forces. They're both trying to get the same thing.
Seems
From
like a
us?
competition of revenge.
If I may inquire, when we talk of opposing forces here, oftentimes we think of evil and good. But I'm getting the sense from you, Lightfeather James, that we're talking about evil and eviler.
Or maybe like the same level of evil. They're just kind of, you know,
Not good.
doing.
Hmm.
Huh.
Like cow meat and chicken meat, right?
Both meat. Yeah.
Both meat.
But you can't make a steak like this out of chicken.
Well
I'll
said.
try. I'll give it a go. Your mum pokes from that. I'll give it a shot.
Lightfeather takes a bite out of this obviously raw steak and he's like, so anyway, it's so good. Yeah, so I think it's two opposing eviler things in the it's just so like I had told you guys before, they call it a fairy tale, but honestly it's history. The old man of the woods and the witch of the wilds, I think the both of them are trying to exact the same revenge, and one of them's trying to get to it first.
Is there anything in the lore that we understand or that your townsfolk keep that would suggest there's a way to hasten the end of this sequence of threes? Are there offerings that can be made to appease this evil force?
Well, so when I talked to Conrad, sorry.
Okay.
He said you had to, for the hollow, for our friend, you had to burn something, like a piece of them, hack them and burn them, which feels almost impossible because he puffed in the smoke. Our other friend, the witch, I feel like she's owed this.
I can only imagine that upon the rather unlikely possibility that we would defeat the Hollow Man, burn them as you say must be done, that it would only draw the ire of these two evil forces, the witch and the man. But it may draw them out to where we can see what they are and perhaps find out what could be done to appease this curse. It is easy for me and Celeste as well. We could just move on from this place, but you and your mother and your families and the families of the people here, this is much more dire.
Sorry, I'm just gonna take a couple of steps back. Obviously, this is all very big and quite alarming news. You said that it was an older woman who told you a lot of this information, and a woman who you'd never met before, who lives in this town. That feels rather unlikely, given how small this place is, and you've been here a while, haven't you, James?
I mean, yeah, I've been here for quite some time. I mean, we haven't personally met, but I've seen her. She lives up the hill. She keeps to herself. Privacy is important to us older folk.
No, of course, but and she just happens to know this rather alarming piece of information that involves a lot of history that a lot of this townsfolk either are trying very hard to ignore or simply don't know. It feels somewhat suspicious, you could say.
Quite.
No, she just knows stuff. I know stuff.
Suspicious.
And I do stuff.
People with knowledge. Suspicious.
Don't you just
No information? I don't trust you.
Again, this is all like within like the scope of who like Feather is.
Yeah.
He's just like, what are you talking about? Just people just know stuff. It's fine.
No, of course. No. Yes, yeah, you're probably right. It just seems like she wouldn't. I don't know. I'm probably just thinking far too much into it. And
No, I think you're
yes.
onto something, Celeste, because if this woman has indeed seen the Hollow Man on, I think you mentioned more than one occasion, that is
twice, I think, yeah.
that is a point geographically where we can start to perhaps map out the activity of this creature. Perhaps, and I'm not saying we do this now, but perhaps to consider a visit to the woman's homestead, a bit of investigation.
I like that plan. I was actually thinking of going to Rector's house too.
I was thinking a rector as well.
I also
Seemed
think
to-
maybe. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I also wonder if it's worth potentially returning to the Costa's house, seeing if there's any signs of foul play. I know Mr. Corbin was there when we were there originally. We didn't get a chance to really look around. I know this is
Is there
adding
any-
more options and giving probably our DM more story to have to figure out.
That's fine. I got it all written down. Don't you worry.
Of course you do.
He's so prepped.
But
Yeah, your buddy Shiv's organized.
Does this book give us any more information other than like a log of townsfolk?
It's basically, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, you can look down the names and see if you recognize any. If you like, you want to give me a history check?
Would it help?
It may not. That's entirely up to you, my friend.
Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
Here.
most
Can Elle
DM
take a
answer
look at the
ever.
book too? Since she lives here.
Bam. 17.
Not as old as
You
he
can
is, but
certainly try. 17. Okay.
not as good.
What was L? Sorry.
12.
12. You can give him help action if you want, and so he can roll advantage. It's up to you if you want to do that instead.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll do that if I can, even though I already
Go on,
just rolled.
give it another roll if you want.
No, they're a roll.
You can beat a 17.
We'll take our 17.
17.
Yeah,
Perfect.
okay.
As you're looking down the names, you start to see some very familiar names. You start to see like a Kostya. Start to see Bastion. Start to see Baldwin. These sorts of names of families that have lived here for years. Around this sort of time as well. You start to see like Rosalind. It's another name on the list. But at the bottom, you see a name that you didn't recognize when you first got the book. You notice that they're very elegant writing. The name Irma of the Willows.
That's her. That's the lady that I spoke to. Irma of the Willows. Very majestic in name.
So is it way down at the end of the list, meaning like it's a really old name?
It was the last name on that page.
Yeah, that's who I'm having tea with. Irma of the Willows.
What is the significance of these names in this book? Are these
It's
the
a legend.
founders? Are they the founders of the founding families of the village, or?
Is my name in this book?
Not at this page.
Okay.
Further on.
So it's the annals of those who have lived here. Is that what this is? I see.
Yep. And as you turn over the next page, you see her name's been scrubbed out, drawn through.
No,
Irma's name.
why would it be marked
Yep.
in such a manner?
Lightfeather's
This is what
eyes. Go ahead.
This is what I was. As soon as Irma came into the situation, I was like, I think I know who Irma is, but I didn't want to know unless I was going way ahead of myself, and then
Could it possibly be?
I think Lightfeather and Celeste has the same thing, but like on Lightfeather's face, he's like, "Yeah, I remember the Willows." Flips it over, sees it. Oh, her name's scratched out. And then just like huge expression on his face.
Celeste is just doing the same expression as Lightfeather James. They're both there like,
Shiv, Thord is as this word, the name Irma of the Willows has been said like twice now, out loud. I'm kind of looking over to Elle's mother to see if there's any reaction when she hears us say the name.
Insight check, please.
I'm gonna use an advantage
Go for it.
on this one. Thank you to Folk and Myth. Let's see. 19.
19.
Nice.
You notice that while you've been talking, she's in the doorway. She's been watching, listening the whole time. And as soon as this name gets mentioned a couple of times, he sort of head goes down back into the kitchen.
Clocking that response, he'll just turn and say, I think those of the town know quite a bit more than they let on about this Irma of the Willows. Elle, have you heard this name before, outside of this context?
Shiv, have I
Wouldn't-
heard that name?
You have not.
No, I have not.
Never something that perhaps your mother had mentioned, or your
Irma
father?
of the Willows has never been in any of our bedtime stories. I mean, she's never been named in that way.
Are you quite sure? I mean, would it be perhaps something
I
you...
was 2. I don't know. I don't remember everything that I was told when I was 2.
Okay, I understand. Perhaps it's something that you could ask your mother just to see if there's some additional information. Some insight.
I'm getting the idea that she's not going to tell me, but I am happy to go ask her. Maybe after dinner.
Perhaps we can pry the truth from her after the meal is done and drinks have been had.
Sword massaging.
What kind of method are you talking here? This is my mother.
Well, I know that Celeste has a way with, how shall I say this, soothing people's nerves with their music.
All right, as long as it's soothing and not any of those other things you guys do.
And not in an accusatory manner. I don't intend to interrogate your mother, but I just feel like perhaps there are stories, and I would be willing to lend a bit of arcane influence myself. I do have the ability to make friends quickly. It might help.
Shine on her. She's a married woman. Be careful.
Not in that manner, Lightfeather James, but
Call it what you want. I know Riz when I see it.
oh boy.
Here we go.
a Rizzard. He's a Rizzard.
Oh,
I am
man.
the. Oh
She's
my
the best and
god.
only Rizzo.
100%. Dwarven Rizzard.
As you're talking, you hear a
Yeah,
creak in the
so
door.
class.
Creak, as if someone's in the doorway.
Oh,
And you
look.
see standing there, it's Elle's dad.
Oh, he heard what you're gonna try to do.
It was him. It was the short one.
But
He's got a silver tongue and he's smooth and he
Well-
smells like spirits.
Mr.
Standardwood.
Gladstone, I dare say, we were
just-
speaking just briefly on the history of the town, and as it might pertain to recent events. Isn't that right?
Oh, what you mean the farm burning up
Yeah,
the hill?
Pa, come in here for a minute.
He sort of walks in. He's like a big sort of lumberjack-looking character, very sort of broad. Sits down. Everything sort of creaks as he sits down on it because he's quite heavy.
Listen, Pa, these are some of my new friends. They're not from this town. They came at
Okay.
a rather inopportune time. I mean, considering what's going on right now. Ma said to ask you about it this morning, but there was some stuff going on. I had to get out.
What did she say?
I was
You asked me.
gonna. Did you hear about what happened last night?
Well, I've been talking to Ben. You know, oh Ben.
I know Ben. Yeah.
He said something about the place being burned. Was it Foster's farm being burned?
I mean, that is like the end of the story. Yeah. The big news is this thing that happened to Mr. Castor. You don't know about that? That's what we would lead with, I think.
Well, no, you just told me about the farm being burned down.
His head. The stories you guys told when I was little. He came. The Hollow Man came. I saw it. These guys all saw it.
Okay.
He cut off Mr. Castor's head.
Celeste.
While this conversation is happening, Celeste is going to, because this spell has a verbal component, it's going to pretend to start coughing and then just have a loss of water. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, just, the air, it's dry air. And she's going to cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, okay.
The area that Elle's dad is at. So can he do a charisma saving throw, please and thank you, Mr. Shivington III?
Okay.
Is it just his area, or is it like all of us since we're sitting at a table?
I think it's all of us.
It's all of us.
A 15-foot sphere. A 15-foot sphere.
Oh, okay.
But it's centered on a point of my choice. So, depending on where Elle's mom is and how far away she is, I could try and center it so they're both on just sort of the outskirts and we're not in it.
For her, she's not even in the room. You don't know where she is.
Okay. So yeah, I can center it so it doesn't actually have to affect us at all. It can just sort of reach.
That's fine.
him.
Unless you want to hear some secrets from everybody else.
It might be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
Okay, so what have I got to beat? What's the DC on this?
It is a charisma save of a 13, please. Ella, I hope your dad has no
Now,
riz.
Shiv, just out of curiosity, if I were, because I was kind of trying to set this up, or Thord was in a sense. So I was kind of thinking he would have cast like friend on her dad. I was planning to do it on the mom, but cast it on the dad, which would give advantage on charisma saves for my interactions. But perhaps I could just say, it might be good if we all began to speak the truth, friend.
Okay, so are we doing like a
combo move? Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll allow that. Yeah. So let's give so for friends, does he have to say a saving throw against anything?
No. I just get it's just advantage on charisma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. What you see is his face just sort of like goes, like blinks a couple of times to Thord's question. And then he just like looks at Celeste and then looks back to you and it's just like, so what do you want to know?
So because he is, I just read this, he's aware that there is something going on. He's aware that there is a spell.
Yeah, so that's why he's looking at you. He's like, what have you just done? So he's like,
it's okay. We just want to learn more, to help. Elle had some questions for you. If you could kindly answer them.
Sure. Whatever you need.
Well, Dad, you don't know about what happened last night?
I definitely don't.
The decap?
Nope.
Castor, the Hollow Man, all this stuff is happening. These stories that you guys told me from back in the day, they're not stories, are they? They're real.
It was at one point.
At one point.
When the village was first founded.
What do you mean? These stories actually happened?
Well, yeah, it was my great-grandfather, I think it was, said that something came out of the woods. It killed one or two of the villagers, so they chopped it up and burnt it, and that was it. They had peace for a number of years.
And that was the Hollow Man that was burnt and destroyed.
I don't know if it was called that then, but it was a demon, is what we knew.
How was
Is
it?
that
How was this demon captured?
Oh, well, my father told me that his father told him that basically they waited until, well, unfortunately it was a trap. They knew he was coming for somebody. They waited. They let it happen, then followed him into the woods and caught him. And then went to work. He sort of points at his woodsman's axe in the corner and just, did the business, and that was that. I mean, this was a different time.
Incredibly simple.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I guess they weren't as afraid. I don't know.
this ends up being a temporary solution, right? I mean, it's happening again.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it would.
Do you know of any way to make it a permanent one?
Well, we probably shouldn't have driven the old lady out of the place. She might have helped.
Hmm.
When you say old lady, do you mean Irma of the Willows?
I think that was her name. About this big, wears a cloak, got owl feathers on it.
Tell us more about this woman. And you said drove her away, threw her out?
Yeah, because she was making weird stuff happen. Well, at the time they thought it was her, but turned out it was probably the rest of this stuff that goes on in this place.
So we drove out an innocent woman from her home? That's not what we do in Levoca.
Well, it was either that or they were going to burn her, so... in her house.
The hell, this place is very intense.
In her
Very
house?
superstitious people. Yeah,
How they
Richter's farm. They were going to just board her up and burn it.
They just burned the... Yeah, well, they just burned the Castor's house. We think that Mrs. Castor might have been in it.
Oh, shit. Well, I hope not. She's lovely. She baked some good pies.
Well,
Anything else you want to know?
I'm sure there is. We gotta find out how to make this stop, Dad.
Mr.
Well-
Gladstone,
Master Dwarf.
what other secrets are you hiding?
Well, and he's still under the zone of truth and the friends, yeah?
Your
Well,
secret's safe with us, but sometimes it feels good to sort of just get things off your chest. It's lighter on the conscience.
Well, I cheat at cards quite a bit. I sometimes just go into the woods to get away from the family.
Dad,
So many of you.
You can't fault the man for that. He needs you a long time.
He looks at Al and he's like, out of all these kids, he's like, "You're my favorite. Don't tell anybody
Oh.
else."
I
Yeah,
feel like we're getting into some quite, we're getting more personal now than necessarily needs to be.
Errol's wife flirts with me often, and it's uncomfortable.
oh, that's not his wife.
Is it not?
No, it's just a housekeeper. Never been married.
It's less uncomfortable now.
Never been married.
I don't even know if Light Feather's in the zone of truth. He's just talking now.
He's talking nonsense. Yeah, no, Errol's kind of been here. I mean, his father was an elder, and his father was an elder. And well, story has, I've heard from my father and his father, was they were the ones that Errol's family were the ones that just pointed the finger at the witch. They started all this thing.
Irma of the Willows.
If that's her name, yeah, sure.
When you've been on your solitary walks in the wood, have you heard music? Haunting melody on the wind.
No, but I always feel like I'm being watched.
Hmm.
I don't tend to go too far in, just enough into the tree line and then come back, because unless I'm not alone, I wouldn't go any further in, because it's just, I've had too many. When you grow up in a place like this, you hear all sorts of strange stories, so you don't want to push your luck.
You're saying you never gone past the Watchmen then?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
They've been here since I was a kid.
Is that
I mean,
the axe that they did the business with? Pointing back at the axe.
Oh no, that's who had it last? I think it was Anna's husband had it, but then he died.
Rip Bastion?
No. Do you remember Anna, the widower who helped you in the beginning? Her husband died long before something had happened in the woods and he had died. Yeah. He's the last one to have it. I mean, we haven't seen it since, but I assume it's probably lost in the woods somewhere now. I mean, it's not a magical axe. It's just points at his axe. It's like one of those. Probably use one. It's not magical as far as I know.
But it's connected. That's what we need to burn.
The axe, you think?
It's the weapon of malcontent. We have to destroy it for its evil prowess.
He's like, I'm starting to feel real tired. I better go to bed. Anything else you guys want to ask me before I go?
No. I'll look back at everyone else. No, Dad, it's been great. I don't get to have these kinds of talks with you very frequently, with everybody else here.
Yeah, it's a lot of noise. Gives me
Please.
headaches.
Thank you for the hospitality, sir.
I have something for the headaches.
Be safe tonight. I don't know.
Sorry for all this. Everybody here sort of talks in riddles and very, very vague, and I just wanted some specifics. So it's nothing personal. I just wanted to get some you just wanted some real information.
That's
you know
fine.
how it is.
Probably the guilt. They don't want to own up to what they did, so they don't want to say anything. It's guilty conscience.
Well, what you've shared with us will be held in the utmost confidence, friend.
I'll probably go see to my wife. She's crying upstairs. I don't know why. I should probably go see.
Be kind to her.
Bye, Dad.
Goes and turns around. What would you like to do? It's now getting to night, so you can quite happily take a rest if you like.
I am most assuredly going to tell. I'm not keeping any of this secret. I don't know if the zone of truth is still up, you little magical twinkly dinglies or whatever. I'm going to tell it.
I think.
Much will be revealed at the town meeting.
Oh, I could do this again at the town meeting. It could be quite useful.
Agreed.
Oh, twinkly dinglies.
That on Errol. Yeah.
So are you all
That'd
gonna
be great.
you're gonna stay here for the night, or you're all gonna disperse?
Stay here.
Everyone is staying
let's
here.
stay here. Yeah.
Yeah, stay here. I believe would probably be the best.
Jimmy brought the dirt.
Yeah, it's just good night, mold earth.
So, okay, you all go to sleep. You'll rest. In the early hours of the morning, you hear a noise from the woods. Can everybody give me perception checks, please?
Shiv, did you say a noise from the woods?
Yes.
Oh, how dare you.
How dare.
Oh,
Ooh, dirty
dare
20.
you.
Dirty
Let's
20.
go. 17.
17.
18.
Dirty 12.
30
Oh,
The
I thought
dirtiest-
I was like, man,
the
we are
dirtiest
perceptive.
12.
Oh,
You know
dirty.
what? That's got to be a thing. Dirty 12. So dirty 20, 17. What did Elle get?
18.
18. So all but Celeste, you again peek out the window to see a shadow of a figure silhouette in the moonlight standing in the tree line. And
We're
again,
not letting this happen
Is that-
again.
Is it the
I'm
I'm
house?
getting my
move.
boots on. I'm getting my boots on.
Oh
it
shit!
starts to move. Starts to move again down. You see it starting to head toward the direction you can see it's going in as it's starting to go behind cottages and the road. It's heading towards Richter's house.
Now could be our
Elle takes
chance.
off.
But there's no one in Richter's house.
Celeste.
Is everybody? I was going to say, is everybody in like separate rooms? Because like obviously in the barn, Celeste kind of woke up to everybody.
I mean, you
It's
could be in
very-
like
Yeah.
you could be in like the sort of living area if you want to be.
Thor would
Oh,
definitely
so
wake
much
up
dirt.
Celeste, make sure that Celeste knows what's happening. It looks like we're going. Elle, wait for us. He
Oh,
pulls
come
out
on,
his
hot
boots.
shoes, we're going.
Oh
Yep.
God, he's not back, is he?
It's back.
It's back,
I'm never
baby.
gonna get a full 8 hours with this happening.
Here
So
we
you're
go.
You're gonna intercept the Hollow Man, are you?
Yeah,
I think so.
I would go straight into Richter's house. Like we're just
Oh,
yes.
bloody hell.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's about to happen. I think
Roll initiative.
it's
was not
about to
expected.
happen.
I'm intrigued to see what happens, given that
What's up, Ty?
Richter and his wife left. This man's clearly not up to date with current affairs, is he?
No, that's fine. So as you're heading down,
We
The,
don't have a
uh,
town screamer, remember?
if you head over to Owlbear.
Oh.
Owlbear.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cool, not. Browse.
God, it's a good looking party, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Oh.
So again, light rain starts to fall.
Oh, the
As
rain
you-
effect on this map is just
CZEPEKU,
beautiful.
everybody, go get your maps from there. You find yourself in a clearing here on the road down to Richter's, and out further up as you notice that it's free. There's a tree that's kind of been felled, prepared for the lumber to be collected, as the Hollow Man just stands there looking to get past.
Don't do it. No one say it.
Oh no!
Zoinks.
He's standing with his back to you, scythe in hand. There's no head in hand. It's just looking, searching. Its head just goes from side to side, looking for a way to get over this obstruction before it moves on. So it's further back. So if you want to approach it, you'll have to make stealth checks. If you want to try and rush it, then we're going to roll initiative. What do you want to do?
Is crying an option?
Crying is always an option.
It's a free
Cool.
action.
How far away about
Right.
Shiv?
Let's go from.
I'm gonna get this
You're
guy's
about-
attention.
Wait.
60 foot away. You can see him in the distance.
Thord looks over at each of you quickly as he's preparing something.
Sorry, Shiv, did you say 60 feet?
About 60 foot away.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the group. I'm gonna do Hunter's Mark.
Okay. The hunter's mark in.
Hunter's Mark. I'll be able to have advantage on perception and survival to find it for the next hour.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'll do extra damage if I was to shoot at it, which I am not doing at this moment.
Celeste just has her hand on her flute, sort of in kind of like it's sort of attached to her side, just kind of as a pre warning.
Just in
But, like,
case,
it's
ready
just-
to go.
She's prep.
Yeah.
She's prepping.
Hand on the flute holster, ready to draw.
Okay, wait. Because I knew I had prepared this for a reason, because we were going into the woods. Okay. Are we trying to attack him? Or we just want to get close?
I don't really know.
If he's going to try to take another head, we're going to attack him.
But he's
It's-
distracted right now. He doesn't know where he's going. This would be a good time to.
Starts
Dude,
to
we should-
move.
All right, you don't have to tell me twice. And then I
Make
draw
the
the
call.
bow back.
Oh, okay. Fine. Let's roll some initiative then.
Yeah, I'm ready to cast a spell as well.
Yes, I know. Yeah. Oh
It's
God,
on.
That fits.
that was horrendous.
Were you thinking like a pass without a trace kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had got rid of fairy fire for that because we were going in the woods. Like I
Okay.
kind of felt like we were going to go in the woods.
We might still,
Yeah.
but
I got a 14 on initiative.
14 for.
I got a 22.
Heyo.
6.
8.
Right, hang on. Let me roll for him. Give me a minute. Here we go. Okay. So L, go for it.
All right, I'm going to let loose with the longbow.
Okay.
Oops, I got to do to hit first. 20 dirty.
That hits.
All right. I did 8 plus my hunter's mark.
Nice.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Solid hit.
Perfect. Okay.
Shiv, you just got real quiet all of a sudden on your mic.
Oh, sorry, did I?
Yeah.
Okay now?
Yep. Sounds
Cool.
better. Yep.
Cool. Right. So that's L. Is there anything else you want to do, L, or is that all you're doing at the moment?
That's it.
Okay. Ford, you're up.
Okay. Thord is going to move forward, kind of hugging the side of the path, and then he is going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Ooh, okay.
So let's see, that is going to be Magic Missile is hello. 2nd level. I'm not sure how it works here in D&D Beyond, but I think I get 3.
I think you do.
Sorry, you get
based
3
on your
plus
level.
the 2nd level, so I get 4 of those.
Yeah.
So there's 1, 2. Sorry, guys. 3, 4. I think that was 7, 10, 12 points of damage.
12
think.
points of damage. Okay. Perfect. Is that all you want to do? Is that everything?
That is everything.
Hollow Man's turn. So he gets hit with an arrow. He gets hit with this magic. He's like, body just takes these shots. As he starts to move. He's going to get to about there.
Oh, he's coming.
You start to see his gait gets bigger as he starts to wander. You know, his stride is elongated. He's quite tall. So he makes it in pretty much no time at all. Let me see. That's it. That's all he's going to do. Celeste, over to you.
Celeste, okay. Did you say that in the last episode that he's sort of like he's all built with like wood and everything, but he's kind of held together with like wire or barbed wire of some?
Yeah, basically it's like rusty wire and all sorts.
Yeah, I know
Beautiful.
what you're gonna do. Do it.
Oh yeah, Celeste's gonna get her flute out. She's not gonna play it, but she's gonna grip it in her hand, and the flute is gonna like kind of become like almost red hot. Because it's a metal flute, and she's going to cast heat metal on
Yes.
the
Ooh,
hollow
okay.
man.
I love heat metal. Wonderful bard spell.
And it doesn't roll anything. It just
There's no save, no nothing.
There's nothing.
Ooh, okay.
Wait a second, let me just double check that. Any because it's cast on an object.
Yes.
So any creature within physical contact with the object, which it is because it's holding him together, takes 2d8 fire damage. And then, I can use my bonus action from every turn on from there for a minute to cause damage again.
Go for it.
Yeah, and he can do a con save to drop the object, but I'm assuming he's not going to want to do that given that it's what's holding him together.
Kind of what is connecting him to everything else.
So that is I've not rolled very well. It's a 6, so that's 6 fire damage.
Okay.
On him, and if he doesn't drop the object, the Hollow Man has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Perfect. Lovely. Good stuff. Well
Very
done.
cool.
And that's going to be. Is that all you want to do?
I am also then. I'm also gonna. As my bonus action, I am going to take the flute once it's like cooled down. I'm gonna play a few notes, and I'm gonna give a bard inspiration of 1d6, and I'm gonna give it to L. I'm just randomizing it.
Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
everyone's good, but I'm gonna give it to L.
Perfect. Okay, Lightfeather, you're up.
So I'm going to just follow everyone's lead in attacking, and I'm going to cast Moonbeam on the area where the Hollow Man is, and con saving.
As con save, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the DC I've got to beat here?
12.
Beats it.
Okay. That's fine. It takes half. So he takes 5 points of radiant damage. And then I'd like to... Yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to use my movement
Okay.
to get within 5 feet of him. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my greatstaff.
Okay.
And I'm going to whack him with it.
Go for it.
It's an 18 to hit.
Oh, sorry. What was it? 18?
18.
18 hits. Yep.
Beautiful. He takes an additional 5 points of damage, bludgeoning.
Perfect. Lovely stuff. Okay. So back to the top to L. So basically what happens now is before you act, you see it just raise its hand like this. And you see rustling from the bushes either side of you.
On either side of us.
Yep. As you see these scarecrows that have
no.
protected this village come to life.
Oh
Start
no.
to- and pull themselves off their stakes and start to walk towards you. as you hear, it's like a weird, shrill kind of cry as it raises its hands, and these things start to appear.
This is
We
gonna
could have
be-
sneaky attacked him. Just Light Feather James yelling.
So,
Oh,
roll some initiative.
I gotta
I
still
don't
work
like
You wanna
that.
on the
Think
on the
about
hunter's mark guy. I'm gonna move up just a little bit. for
okay.
my- this is real creepy. I'll go right there and I'll take another shot at the Hollow Man.
Okay. Go for it.
But this is scary. And do I have to call Bardic Inspiration before I roll?
No, it's
what, to add it? I
Yeah,
think it's before you add it,
I think you can roll. You can roll your dice and then add it if you want to, but it needs to be before the DM has said whether or not it passes.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Okay.
Oh, 23.
23
Yeah,
hits.
yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Okay,
Damage.
damage
God.
is
I don't like this. I have to stop it.
6 plus 7, and that is just the Bardic is just for to hit, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that is just 7 damage.
Is that all you're going to do?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. So we
I'll-
move.
I'll make sure everyone knows. I'm gonna say, we got Scarecrow, we got Watchers, just in case they were zoning in on the Hollow Man.
So you see the Wood Warden number 3 just amble towards you. So it's going to attack L. It's going to go for a slam attack. Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
Okay. Misses you as it tries to grab you. Misses you. Second attack. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. 6 points of bludgeoning damage as it just grabs you and just rams you up against a tree that's nearby.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just check something a minute. Sorry, guys. Lovely. Perfect. Right. Warden number 4. 2 attacks on the wizard. Does a 19 hit?
Yes. Yes.
That's going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage on the first attack. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes. But only because I forgot to cast Mage
Mage
Armor.
armor. That's a 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As this
Ow!
scarecrow just basically grabs you and throws you against a tree as well. And now it's your turn, Thord.
Okay. Thord is like, shit, and he's going to run away from this thing.
Okay. That's opportunity attack, I assume?
I mean, yeah.
Want to be mean?
That's a 14.
Yes, that will hit.
4 points of bludgeoning damage
Uh-oh.
as this sort of wooden armed blocks you around the back of the head as you try to run away.
I'm just like, as he runs, I'm just the wizard! He's going to run over to this other one. And as he doesn't actually see this one at first. He's like runs away from the other one, and then oh shit,
Okay.
sees the other one, and then he reaches reflexively into this pouch at the side of his belt, and he pulls forward this red dragon scale, and he holds it up, and he calls out in Draconic, Vorar Izeth Ignathar, and this fire, this mote of fire, and then he's gonna fire a wall 5-foot wide wall and 30-foot long Agonazar Scorcher as he's going to get all 3 of these guys because he's got them lined up.
Wow.
Dope.
They need to
Nice.
make dexterity
Like that.
saving throws.
So which ones are these? Is it Ward
2, the Hollow Man, and 1. Ooh.
And these are all was
Dex
it
saves.
saving throw? Just dex
Yep,
save.
dex, yeah. And the DC
Ward-
is 12.
So which one was it? Sorry, Ward 2, Hollow Man,
2
and
and Ward 1.
okay, Ward 2, 17.
So that's a save. He will take 10 points of damage, fire damage. I rolled 20 or 19 on my damage roll.
The Hollow Man. That's a 17.
Also a success. He also takes 9 points of damage, fire.
Okay. And Ward 1 you fired at as well, didn't you? Ward 1?
Yeah, it should hit Ward 1 as well.
That's a 17 as well.
Yep, so 9 points of fire damage. As this wall erupts.
Oh, okay. Lovely. Anything else you'd like to do?
Tremble in fear.
Tremble.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's
So
it.
The Hollow Man. Hollow Man's turn. He comes straight for Light Feather. Let me see. Okay, so he is going to attack you. Does a 17 hit?
It's
That's 14 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh,
I'm fine.
on the first attack.
oh.
Keep them coming. I'm life for the James.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay, wait a minute. Slow down.
Come on, Grandpa. Is this all you got?
Come on.
I hear no bell.
Oh.
That's going to be another 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
You suck.
Oh no.
But as you notice, as Light Feather James has been struck, he is not using the scythe end of the blade. He's using the staff end of the blade. So this is not lethal damage.
There's the silver lining.
Bludgeoning. Yeah, he's just bludgeoning Light Feather James.
Beating the hell out of this old man.
Okay, Celeste, you're up.
We'll start off. I mean, obviously it's your call whether or not you can do a con save to drop the metal object.
I would say he's probably not going to do that because that is kind of his entirety. So
That's cool. I just thought if you
Yeah.
wanted him to drop it and just become a bunch of wood
just
on the floor,
collapse.
that's.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to complain. Is all I'll say.
Good looking out though. Good looking out.
So for my bonus, I'm going
Yep.
to have him take the metal damage. Oh, that's one better. That is a whole 7 fire damage.
Okay.
Although I suppose, like, given it's a bonus action, it's pretty good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
And
very reasonable.
then she is going to take her crossbow out, and she is going to shoot at the ward 2 because Thord is looking slightly worse for wear. I suppose like for the Jameses as well, but she's less terrified of the warden than the Hollow Man. That's a 17.
17 will hit.
Lovely. And that is 9 piercing damage
Ooh,
to
okay.
ward 2.
Two. You see it sort of gets hit and it staggers. It's quite hurt.
Lovely. So that's all that Celeste can do at this point in time. And she's going to stay where she is because she's away from everybody trying to attack. So
Perfect.
she's quite happy.
And that's your turn, yeah? That's everything you're going to do?
That is my turn, yeah.
Light Feather, you're up.
Cool.
As you're standing over this creature that's with his big side staring at you, just smashed you twice.
It's fine. It's fine. Cool. It can move it along ground with a positive 5 feet away. Screw it. We'll just do this. So bonus action healing word to myself, because just to give me a little bit of buffer there. Great. And then for my action, I'm gonna hit him with the primal savagery.
Okay.
So like it's just very old angry man yells, just and he's gonna try to get him. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Beautiful. Oh yes, thank you so much for that. It's gonna be 9 points of poison damage. I'm sorry, acid.
He is immune to acid.
Oh. Bastard.
Great. Well, shit. I'm going to take the opportunity attack to move away from the Hollow Man.
You're going to take the opportunity attack, yeah?
Yeah.
$21 to hit.
Shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do this.
That's 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
And I'm down.
Oh no.
Shoot.
Fuck.
What you see is
Light Feather turn around. He's like, hey,
as you see Light Feather to turn to run, like a flash, the Hollow Man just with the staff of his side just goes whack, whack, and Light Feather goes down.
Sack of potatoes.
And we're over to number 2, who's going to attack Thord.
No.
Passes. 12 to hit.
Yep, that hits. But only because I forgot to use mage armor.
3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Attack.
Self-preservation. Come on.
18 to hit. No hits. Another 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Was that also against Thord?
Yep.
Yeah.
Both those
okay.
attacks gets 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right.
How's he looking? Is he looking okay?
Oh yeah. He's
Yeah, he's
great.
fine.
I mean, he looks good.
Brush
He
up.
doesn't feel so good.
Ward 1. He's gonna get to there. And we're up to L.
Cool. Now that there's nobody to be worried about fighting with Hollow Man to be hit, I will shoot at him.
Cool. Go for it.
I'm gonna use my advantage from earlier.
Go for it.
Didn't need it. Okay, 27 to hit. That was
27 will hit. Jesus Christ.
good.
Everybody stand behind L.
Oh, 10 damage.
Okay.
She's gonna take this chance of getting hit, moving up to Jimmy.
Okay.
Seems like things are going bad.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
You're going to take 6 points of bludgeoning as this thing cracks you across the back as you try to run away.
Okay.
Okay, is that all you want to do?
Yes, that is it.
Okay, Wood Ward 3. Gonna go to Celeste.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, it won't.
Yeah, thanks,
convinced-
Shiv.
Tony's
If you
convinced me.
couldn't,
Yeah.
if you
Tony's
just leave him
convinced
where he is, that'd
Yeah,
be lovely.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Ooh.
Attack 16.
Yes.
You're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you.
Yikes.
And that's what it's going to do.
First-
Now over. Go on, sorry.
It's the first damage that Celeste has taken so far in this
Ooh.
whole thing.
Okay. So
Jeez.
Wood Ward 4. Going to move up to L. Natural 20.
Oh no!
Oh my jeez.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no. Oh no.
That hits. Obviously.
You're going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, jeez.
I like where you're going with this, Shiv.
It's- Still up.
Sorry, was that was the first? That was one attack, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I just rolled there.
Yeah, that was that was the third one.
Yes.
It was
Sorry,
definitely all of the attacks.
Yeah.
That's okay. What are the odds you would get another natural 20?
17.
There we go.
Jeez.
17 hits?
The L?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits.
That's 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. A lot of bludgeoning. Whole lot of
Yep.
bludgeoning going
A
on.
lot of bludgeoning.
This is not what we ordered.
No.
Thord, you're up.
Okay. Well,
Running is an option.
yeah, he's already about to expire. He's gonna just kind of position himself a little bit differently, and he's gonna cast that spell again. Agonizer
Agonizing Scorcher.
Scorcher. Yep.
Okay.
Agonizer Scorcher. So I'll go ahead and cast that. And it's gonna hit Woodward 2 and the Hollow Man. They need to make dex saves, please.
Okay, dex save. Woodward 1.
No,
He
Woodward
gets-
2. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Woodward 2, sorry.
Yeah.
16.
That saves. He will take 6 points of damage, fire damage.
He won't because he just bursts into flames.
Yay!
And you hear this like
Yay.
crying
Yay.
noise as it just like crumbles.
One.
The Hollow Man. That's going to be an 18.
Oh
Save.
yeah, yeah. He takes 6 points of damage as well.
Is that your turn?
And then he's going to use the rest of his movement to get right there. And
Okay.
that is the rest of my turn.
So it's the Hollow Man's turn. He is going to move there, and he basically, without even flinching, just steps over Lightfeather James's body. Unconscious, not dying, just to make
Not
that aware.
dying.
This is not lethal damage, this is non-lethal damage. So, first attack on Thor. 14.
Correct. Hits. Yep.
$15 points of bludgeoning damage to Thor.
I'm sorry, how much?
15.
He is down.
Oh.
Again, you see the Hollow Man bang under the chin. Thor. Good enough. Sweet Prince.
Yeah, yeah. He was like
first-
racing in with the hopes of trying to like help Lightfeather James and just got cracked.
So now the second attack on
Jimmy's
L.
kind of been bait here.
18 to hit.
Yes.
He's in on it.
10 points of bludgeoning.
I'm down.
Oh my god.
TPK.
I'm glad I didn't join the gang over there.
Celeste,
Freeze.
run!
3
Again,
bodies.
these are not lethal. These are all non-lethal. So you are unconscious. As is Thord, as is light feather. Celeste, would you like to do?
Celeste, so bonus action. Oh my god, that's such a good. So that's 9 heat damage to Mr. Hollow Man. And then she's gonna, as her action, she's gonna cast Thunder Wave on
Number 3, yeah.
on 3.
Okay.
To just attempt, and more an attempt to get it away from her.
Okay.
So can he do a con save, please?
Sure
13.
can. 13 con save. Let's just have a look. That's a natural 1.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
In that
Heyo.
case, he's pushed 10 feet away from me, and
Okay.
also takes oh god, maths, 13 thunder damage.
Nice.
Cool. So you're just like, fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much.
As you can see, all your everybody else is around you. What else do you want to do?
I don't know. My head says run. My heart says I can't leave my friends here, just out in the middle of the woods to die from
We just met, really.
exposure or whatever.
Yeah.
That feels
Just met, it's
wrong.
not a problem.
24 hours.
Would not feel bad if you ran at all.
Yeah.
Same.
Do what you feel is right. If you feel you want to run, you may run. There is no. These are all unconscious, so they're not
Run
dying.
with a story to tell.
I would be hard to
Okay.
tell that from there, though, I would think, don't you? Right, Shiv? Like, that we're unconscious?
I would say, unless you want to make a medicine check to see what you can see from there.
If I can, although I've already used my action, so I don't know.
Oh, I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll let you get. I'll let you have this one.
Thank you.
So it's a DC 15.
He's starting to feel
Got a
bad
15.
now that he's TPKing us. Is that it, Shiv?
Not at all.
You trying to make
Okay,
make us
maybe
feel
a
better?
A 15, did you say?
DC 15, yeah.
So a 7 isn't passing,
7.
is it?
So you just basically seen the Hollow Man like knock out, like take down Thor, take down Lightfeather. Elle's been taken out as well. So from what you can see, like these guys, you're like, my friends are dead.
Oh, in
With
that
the
case,
7.
she is
Yeah.
pegging it out of there. She's like, I don't want to die, and at least I can tell people like what happened, rather than like Mr. and Mrs. Is it Gladstone? Gladstone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like at
Gladstone.
least they'll know their door isn't just gone and disappeared. They'll know. I can tell them, and I can let the people know, and hopefully cause a bit more of a stir. So she
Okay.
pegs it out of there. She's
He's
gonna.
running. Okay.
I'm gonna use just my movement because I can't dash because I already used my action. So I'm getting out
Stand
of
there
there.
justifying it to yourself. You're like,
You
Yeah.
don't know where the bodies are.
Oh,
I can
this is
tell.
right.
I'm like,
Okay.
oh, I can tell them. Oh my god, I don't know. Oh, they're dead. No, I'm going. It's fine.
Okay, so you're running. You're just running for the woods. The rest of you, you're unconscious. You're on the ground. As we leave combat, as you
I'm
run
sorry.
through the woods, give me. Let's go. History. Give me a history check to see if you can figure out your
Okay.
way back.
Oh no. 19.
19. Okay. So
Yeah.
even though you're like terrified, you manage to find your way back to the village. You find your way back to the village. It's middle of the night. There's a few like little torches outside of people's houses. Where do you run to?
I suppose I run back to where we were, or I run back to my first thought is Elle's parents. So I'm gonna run back to Elle's parents, the Gladstones.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm gonna run, and I'm just gonna run and go, help, ah! Just like manic,
terrified.
manic,
Yeah,
manic.
that's
Like there's no subtlety in what's going on here. She's
That's fair.
forgotten all of her nuance. And yeah, she's running it, and then she's gonna run up to and try and attempt to find their bedroom and just be banging on the door.
You see her
it's like-
dad opens the door. What's going on?
The Hollow Man, he came back and we everybody went after him and like I followed them. What can I say? They were all going and like I couldn't stay here, but we went after them and he saw us and we tried to fight him and everyone was doing so well, but now everyone's dead. Ah!
Dead?
I think
Right.
he killed them. I think he killed them, and I don't know. They're out in the forest, and I just ran because I thought I'm not gonna get. I don't want to get killed, and I thought if I come to you, at least you'll know, and people will know, and we won't just disappear, and you'll know where your daughter was. I'm so sorry I couldn't save her.
So he grabs his wood axe and is just like running out the door with you. Show me the way. Show me where she is.
Okay, he might still be there though. Are you sure?
It's my daughter. Let's go.
Fair enough. And yeah, she's gonna.
As you're right, everybody else is opening the door, opening their windows and stuff because they've had this commotion as you run out of the house. And you hear Elle's dad going, "It's back! It's back! The demon's back!" And everyone's like, "Whoa!" Like bit of a kerfuffle. But as you are getting to the tree line, you see a figure emerge from the tree, large, ominous. As it stands there, Elle's dad stops in his track. You see the blood runs from his face. He's deathly white. As the Hollow Man raises a head up and lets out like this awful scream as you recognize this to be the head of the farmer Richter who left earlier.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end it there.
In the
Told
Hollow
not to
Man's
leave.
defense, I feel like Richter deserved it. Like, I'm gonna.
If it's had
gonna-
to be anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, good call. I also was fully anticipating that was one of our heads.
I
Same.
was like,
Yeah,
Same.
like,
I was
yeah.
thinking it was.
Which
I
one
was
was
about to
dead?
feel fucking horrendous if it was any of your
Oh,
heads that I could have
Oh
seen.
my
I was
God.
Like, no!
So basically,
Oh.
that was the way it was always going to go. He was going to get caught. Whether you tried to stop him or not was entirely up to you, but you didn't. So Richter's
Yeah.
down.
I agree with Ian. He
Oh.
deserved it.
There you go.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Shiv, for another chilling
Dude.
Tales from the Whisper Wood. Things are really starting to get crazy now.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't think we were going to go after the Hollow Man until Shelly's like, I'm booking. They're like, okay.
I thought it was like an episode 4 situation. Like I didn't.
Got an
yeah.
arrow knocked, ready to go.
Yeah,
well, soon,
okay.
I could tell that was it. It was like time to dance.
Oh, my.
There you go.
Oof. Well, thank you, Shiv. Thanks everybody for awesome role play. Great game. I had a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody in the chat who's hanging out. The massive raid from Lord Gazumba and all the new subscribers and friends that have joined us today. Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting this awesome group of players. Let's go around the virtual tabletop and do some outros. Let us know. Remind people who you are, where you can be found, that kind of thing. If you got something going on that you want to plug, please do. Well, let's start with Shelly.
Hey guys, it's Shelly, also known as Flea Monkey, also known as Hey It's Flea Monkey out there in the world of internets. You can find me here every Tuesday doing Greyhawk, every Wednesday at Tithalanos' channel doing Pathfinder stuff, and yeah, back here next Saturday. So excited. This has been so dope. That's it.
Awesome. Gonna be awesome. Thanks, Shelly. Let's jump over to Tony.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I've been playing Celeste, the human bard. Absolute mess at the moment. And yeah, you can find me everywhere as just Tony Shaw, usually _ Tony Shaw _ because there's another Tony Shaw who's an Olympian apparently.
So meet your own.
Yeah, she also has an _, which means there's another Tony Shaw out there who's higher up than an Olympian. So you know,
Crazy.
I know. Anyway, yeah, you can find me Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it at the moment, Instagram, those two mainly. And you can also find me over on Roll the Damn Dice's channel. Last night we have released an episode of Building Icons, which is a series where we take popular pop culture figures and we turn them into D&D builds. And normally they're absolutely ridiculous and super OP. It's all just for a bit of laugh, for a laugh. And yeah, we built Rocket Raccoon. from Guardians of the Galaxy. So go check that out.
Nice.
It's very fun. And yeah. And also on Thursday for Homebrew Havoc with Shiv.
Hey.
And then here again on Saturday for this. And maybe I'll cry. We don't know.
Tears are always
Perfect.
always optional, but always welcome. Tears of joy or grief, that's fine. Speaking of about to be grieving heavily, Ian, what's up, man?
Oh, Dallin, I'm over here. I'm stressed. We're gonna make it do what it do. Hey everybody, I'm Ian or your boy Big on all social media. Of course, I will be here next Saturday for another episode of this amazing story. Which again, stress, just high. I have a lot going on. So coming up this Monday on Folk and Myth, I'll be playing in VTM game. We're all Sabbats, DM'd by Bleak Season. It's going to be a lot of fun. I always say this: if you could see the Discord chat that is happening with that, get ready. Also on Wednesdays, I will be still on the Folk and Myth channel on the playing in the Estera World 5e campaign as Bren long form. That is DM'd by our homie Miko. Please jump into that. The story is just crazy. Fridays.
Wow.
We just on Magi RPG. I am in another World of Darkness game, but this is Werewolf the Apocalypse. The first episode launched yesterday, so go to their YouTube to follow that, and then of course hang out with us next week for that episode. And if you don't like seeing my face, but you enjoy hearing my voice, come over to the Fang Gang podcast, where we also play VTM, but we also got a lot of stuff coming up on the pipeline. So yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
And I don't sleep.
I was gonna say, I thought I was busy, but I'm nowhere near what you.
wow.
I mean, what? Good on you.
I enjoy this. Like I said, this keeps the soul happy. Everything else keeps the lights on.
Well, we're very appreciative that you spend some time with us in this game, because it's been fantastic having you back. So thank you for that, and we'll definitely catch you on all those other games that you're playing. Last but certainly not least, Shiv. How
Hello,
dare you?
everybody.
You did a TPKO, total party knockout.
I know.
Almost.
Well, 3 out of the 4 out.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty awesome.
I'm coming for Celeste next episode. Don't worry. Yes, I am Shiv, your humble dungeon master. You can find me over at IO Shiv, across the interwebs, wherever there is a social media, you'll probably find me. Yes, find me back here in this very chair for episode 3, The Whisperwoods, and on Thursdays for Homebrew Havoc over the Amsand D20 channel. And that is me. Also, I'll probably appear in other games in the future, because why not?
Hell yeah. So many games to play.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah. Shiv, thank you so much. Once again, I just want to express my gratitude. It's always fun to play in your worlds, because they're crazy and fun. Thanks everybody again for being here. We're going to go ahead and raid into our friend Myriad X. So please join us in giving them some good old fashioned Guild Superior love. We're going to get that raid started right now. Thank you guys for being here. Really, really appreciate you all. Time to decompress, my friends. Thanks a lot, Shiv.
Thank you.